welcome to this skincare video. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about how to take care of your pores. Now granted, if you've got skin, you've got pores, but some of us have slightly larger and more problematic pores than others. I feel like if you have had oily skin in the past, or maybe you still have oily skin, or if you have ever dealt with some kind of persistent acne issues in your life, you're probably left with large pores, enlarged pores, and maybe even some ice pick scars as well that look a little bit like pores, but not quite, but you deal with them in a similar way. So in this video, I want to share with you my personal experiences and what has worked for me throughout all these years of dealing with my own skin. I'll show you photographs of what my bare skin looks like in just a little bit. But this video will be split into two portions. The first one covering skincare tips and tricks, and the second half talking a little bit more about makeup and how you can cosmetically minimize the look of your pores. Although I can't make them disappear altogether, we can make them, recede a bit back in the background. They don't need to be front and center of your everyday makeup routine. So before I get into all of those, however, I do want to reiterate that as with anything thrown up here on YouTube, the best thing I can ever give you is just my personal experiences when it comes to working with my skin and the products I've used. You can, of course, try out different type of products. It doesn't have to be the specific one I'm recommending. Generally, these are just the things I have currently in my skincare routine that I can pull out physically and show you in a video. Of course, also, because I am not a dermatologist, I am not an esthetician, I am not a cosmetologist, I really recommend you to, take what I say and work it into your own experiences as much as you feel comfortable with. And if there's anything that you're uncertain about, talk to your own doctor or your own dermatologist to get a better understanding. Again, these are things that work for me, but everyone's skin is very different, and I wouldn't say that this is the sure way to cure all your pore problems. But hey, maybe this will help a little bit. Now, my own experience with pores and my skin comes from having oilier skin when I was younger, and also having a little bit of some acne issues, which left me with quite enlarged pores in the center zone of my face. We're talking about my inner cheeks right here. We're talking about my forehead, this little triangle section right here, and also this side of my inner cheeks, and a little bit across my nose as well. For those of you who have similar skin to me, combination skin that's now more settled into normal skin, you may still have some residual pore issues that just haven't gone away. Also, as you can see in this photograph to the side of me, I also have some ice pick scars, which are kind of indented scars that look like pores, but they're not. They're just kind of scarring in that sense, but I treat them around the same way. Now, when it comes to skincare, I really believe that there are three major things that really helps to deal with your pores and treat them a little bit better and minimize the look of them through just basic skincare. Number one is cleansing your skin, and this can be broken down to a few subsections as well. I have always promoted and I believe in the idea of two-step cleansing, meaning if you wear sunscreen, if you wear makeup, anything like that, I highly recommend that you take off your sunscreen and makeup as your first step cleansing, aka makeup removal with whatever that you use, and then the second step, cleanse your skin again with some kind of cleanser just to clean your skin. So taking off makeup and cleansing your skin, I take as two separate steps whenever I'm wearing makeup. That's always what happens. It may be with just a cleansing towelette, those makeup removing wipes, or maybe even a cleansing oil, and then a facial cleanser. Whatever that you do, two steps, keeping your pores clean and clear, really helps to make them look less apparent. Number two, part of the cleansing aspect, I am really a big fan of the Clarisonic system of cleansing tools. I have here the Clarisonic Aria. I've been a Clarisonic user for, I think it's 5 or 6 years now, this year in 2015. And long devoted fan, cannot live without it. And this has really made the biggest long-term impact to the texture of my skin, the size of my pores, and just keeping my skin clear and declogged, which again, really important. You may not need something as serious and fancy as this. I do have a full review on the Clarisonic system, both the Mia travel size system and also the Aria, the advanced, I would say medium size Clarisonic cleansing tool. But you can look for more details and information information on these down in the information bar. I'll link my video review to those products. But that, for me, has been a major lifesaver in terms of turning around my skin in the past couple of years. So for me, again, what's really worked in addition to something like the Clarisonic is using oil cleansers or even the oil cleansing method. Again, I do have videos about oil cleansers. I will again leave them down below in the information bar under this video. There's lots of links to see after you watch this one. But oil cleansers for me and oil massages have been really efficient at helping me declog my pores, especially with blackheads. And what really happens essentially with oils, when you're using oils on the skin, is that you do your massage, right? And as you are working the oils, massaging your skin, you help to loosen up all the debris and junk stuck in your pores throughout the day, or maybe the months, or goodness sakes, maybe the years if you have never done this before. And through consistent thorough massage, it will actually loosen up whatever is stuck in your pores and help to unclog them. This is not an overnight process, but it is a very gentle process, and I've had great results with this. Oil cleansing, again, is another thing that has really changed my skin over the years since I discovered it. I have this one from Shu Uemura. You can find less expensive ones, of course, and also you can even use natural oils for oil cleansing. More details on that in the down bar for you, but I really like oil cleansing for helping to remove blackheads. Now the third thing that you can do is use some kind of a mask. There's two kinds of masks I would recommend if you have large pores. The first one is some kind of clay mask. Now this one is from Now Solutions. It is the European clay powder. This is just completely a type of dry clay, literally in the powder format, and you mix it with either milk or honey or even just water, whatever you want to use, to make it into a thick paste, and you apply it to your skin. All natural, plus it does the same general job as those more expensive clay masks. If you want to get a pre-made one, that's totally fine, but I like doing my own little DIY mixing, so I get the clay powder, and this really helps to just pull out and just suck out a lot of the junk that's in your pores, help your pores breathe a little better, right? And I usually find I'll do, say, a gentle cleansing first, and then I'll use a clay mask to help draw out those impurities, and then I'll do a second cleansing, thorough cleansing with something like the Clarisonic or another type of cleanser, just to wash away a lot of the debris that has been pulled out by the clay mask, okay? Now the clay mask is something I wouldn't necessarily recommend for those who have dry skin or normal skin. It might be a little bit too strong for you. In that case, think about perhaps using a mask with a glycolic or AHA or BHA, some kind of chemical exfoliant to help melt away literally the junk in your pores, right? And wash them away afterwards. So this one I have, which I do like, is by Alba Botanica. It is the Natural Hawaiian Facial Mask, and this one is, I believe it is an AHA mask with papaya enzymes. So this does burn a little on my skin. My skin doesn't do too well with chemical exfoliants, but a lot of people really like this, and I do find that my pores look better with long-term consistent use. So those are in terms of treating your skin, things that you can do. Now thirdly, moisturizing is also key. Dry skin never looks good on any type of skin type, really. Even if you have oily skin, hydrating your skin is important. Hydrating doesn't mean adding more oils to your skin if you have oily skin or you have acne prone skin, but hydrating means adding moisture, water content to your skin, right? Dry, dehydrated skin is just terrible, and it actually can make your skin produce more oils to compensate for the surface level dryness, and then you've got kind of weird dry, oily skin on top and dry skin underneath. It's a weird thing, but I've been through that as well. So for me, another thing that's really changed my skincare and dealing with pore issues again is using something that's a very hydrating type of serum or hydrating toner. Key ingredient being hyaluronic acid. That's my favorite thing in skincare, really. And I have a couple things to show you here just from my own collection right now. The Hada Labo Shulajin moisturizing toner. There's the regular version. This is the whitening toner. Something with hyaluronic acid content in the toner means it's easy to use. It doesn't really interfere with the rest of your skincare because it's very lightweight. Also, some type of a serum with moisturizing, hydrating actually ingredients also works fine. This one is from Vichy. It is the Aqualia Thermal Serum. really lightweight, really excellent for layering under other skincare products, or if you tend to have slightly more oily skin, you don't want anything heavy, the Vichy is good as well. Then I have here the Biotherm Aqua Source Deep Serum, again another lightweight hydrating serum to bring moisture to your skin. When your pores are well hydrated, or your skin is well hydrated, your pores don't look as big because they're less, they're more plump, and your skin is more plump. It gives the illusion of smoother skin and better looking skin and smaller pores. So those are my skincare tips. Now when it comes to makeup, I feel like there are two things that really make a big difference, things to note when you're doing your makeup and when you have large pores. First one is not to layer on so many layers of base products in an attempt to cover your pores. I know this is an intuitive thing that you want to do. Let's put on, the primer, the anti-pore shine thing, and then the base makeup, and then the extra concealer, and then the powder. That is way too many things layered on your face. And just from a skincare perspective as a whole, if you have large pores and you're just troweling on all this base makeup, it really stresses out your skin, and you will have to do more work afterwards at the end of the day to remove all that makeup, because you don't want them sitting in your skin, in your pores, on your skin, right, for long periods of time. So I say on a day-to-day basis, I don't need to be absolutely poreless, airbrushed, flawless. I just want to wear enough of a base product to make my skin look a little better, my pores look a little less obvious, through some optical illusions, whatever that you do. I'll talk about in just a second. But on a regular basis, I don't wear a primer. On a regular basis, I don't wear any special anti-pore products for my pores. I just put on a good treatment product, a good moisturizer, nice and moist, plump skin, put on some foundation, a little bit of powder through a T-zone, maybe a dot of concealer, nothing else. I do as few layers of base products as I can for an everyday look, So for me, I think that really makes a difference in the long run. And the second part of having good makeup for pores is, I find, and this may be counterintuitive, but I really prefer the look of more healthy, glowing skin and slightly more illuminating products for those with large pores, like myself. I know there's two camps going on here in the makeup realm. Some people really love a super matte, even slightly powdery look for their skin. If they've got large pores, they find that helps to flatten everything out. But for me, and after a lot of experimentation, I find that if I wear a really kind of heavier, matte, slightly powdery, dry finish foundation on my face, it tends to cast a lot of shadows. Especially if you have ice pick scars like I do, they're large and more prominent. Anything super matte and flat does not have the light reflecting properties to help bounce light off of the imperfections on your skin. So for me, wearing something, for example, like the Matte Face and Body, which is one of my favorite foundations for my skin, sits great over my pores and not in my pores. It really helps to give the illusion of smoother skin overall. Yes, I still have my pore and my ice pick scars, and they're still there, but in photographs and on video, they don't come off quite as prominent as if I have a flat matte foundation and then the lighting casts all kinds of weird shadows on my pore areas. So that's my tip for makeup. So now that I've shared with you my own tips and tricks when it comes to working with large pores, I hope that you don't feel quite as alone anymore, because, hey, I've got a lot of the same issues that you do, and I feel like it's nothing to be ashamed of, but at the same time, you could use a little help dealing with it. I mean, I look for tips and tricks all the time. So if you guys have some great suggestions on either products that's worked for you, or routines that have worked for you, or if any of my suggestions for any of my previous skincare videos have helped you out, leave me a comment down below and let me know your own thoughts and experiences. Do you agree with some of my thoughts? I know they're not always conventional according to kind of popular makeup trends, but have they worked for you as well? Do they make you think? And also, I just hope that you guys have better luck taking care of your skin from watching these videos that I do. I mean, as always, the most I can ever give you are just my own experiences and kind of learning curves, and hopefully making your learning curve a little bit easier. So until next time, I will see you again in another video. Feel free to hit me up over on social media. I am all over the place: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Love to see you over on my blog as well. All the links will be down below in the information bar for you. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye.